and welcome to The Spill, your daily pop culture fix. I'm Em Vernon.
And I'm Laura Brodnick.
And today is our very special weekend watch episode.
Yes, it's the episode where we watch all the new TV shows and movies that have come out this week. And this week, I do mean all of them.
You've got a lot.
Give you a rundown of the very best ones because we don't want you to waste your time or your money. So this is your curated list of what to watch.
Yes. You have a lot of recommendations.
Yeah, okay. We'll get to why I've been the bad host this week.
Yes.
But you may go first, Emily, with a show that I know you're obsessed with.
I want to go first. And I also have been a bad host because I didn't follow our rules. But it's new.
Well, let's both just get out of here then. Don't even finish the podcast.
The TV show I'm recommending today didn't actually come out this week, but it came out last week. So you might have missed it.
Look, I'm no one to throw stones this week about rule following, so I'm going to allow it.
Good. So it's called Untamed and it's on Netflix. It stars Eric Bana and Sam Neill.
Oh, your fave, Sam Neill.
So good. It is just like a season, but it's kind of a crime drama. There's not many comedy elements in it, but it's not super, super dark.
Right.
It is so captivating. I watched all episodes in one night.
Wow, in one night?
I went to bed at 1 a.m. because I just had to find out. So
I do love when that happens.
it is like a mystery. It's set in the Yosemite Reserve. So it's like very beautiful scenes. Eric Bana plays this detective on horseback. Because he can't get his car through all of the forest.
Oh, sure.
So he's just constantly on a horse. And Sam Neill plays like his boss who's also his best friend.
Aww.
And it starts off with a death. Like this woman dies. It seems like a murder. So Eric Bana's character investigates it. He brings on this rookie, Naya, who's played by Lily Santiago. She is absolutely brilliant. And it's not one of those like detective shows where like the fresh new face detective's trying to impress the old-timey detective. It doesn't fall into any of those like tropes, those mystery tropes. It's just so fresh and new, and there's so many plot twists, and the plot line is beautiful. The scenes are beautiful. It will literally captivate you from beginning to end. It's also a really good show to talk to your uncle about because every person who's watched this show has either been my dad or my uncle.
Yeah.
So they love the show.
So a very safe one to bring up at family lunch.
Very, very safe.
Yeah.
It will be one of like, this is the show you want to recommend at family lunch and everyone will be like, whoa. Every single person on the table will be like, whoa, I need to watch that. So there. Untamed on Netflix.
Okay, love that. Okay, so I know that when I created Weekend Watch, I set the rule of it had to be shows and movies that came out this week, which you've already broken.
I break multiple times.
Yeah, I know. You're terrible at following the rules. And it also had to be ideally one recommendation each.
Yes.
So today I have 4. And is it my fault there's so much good new stuff out this week that I want the listeners to know?
Yeah.
So I'm gonna go through these ones like kind of a little bit rapid fire. We'll put the titles in the show notes, so don't freak out if you're like, Laura, you talk really fast and I didn't understand you. Just go to the show notes. So the first one I wanted to recommend is a TV show that came out on Stan earlier this week called The Hunting Wives. It's an adaptation of the book by May Cobb, and it stars Brittany Snow as Sophie. So she's this woman who moves to this town in Texas where she meets this group of like Texan wives who like to like get together and have like a fun time.
Is it Brittany Snow blonde or Brittany Snow brunette?
Well, I mean, it's not blonde.
Okay. It's not blonde.
It's not blonde. So I'm like, so I don't want to give spoilers. I'm like, I won't even tell you what color her hair is. So yeah, it's the Brittany Snow from like Pitch Perfect and from We Know and Love, but she's playing a bit more of a serious character. So Sophie moves to this small town where she meets these wives who are kind of led by this socialite named Margot, played by Maylene Ackerman, who obviously we know from so many TV shows and movies. I feel like maybe her best performance was 27 Dresses. You know, she played Katherine Heigl's sister.
Yeah.
So she's incredible. Margot is very like, you know, she and Sophie form this friendship, and like Margot is very sort of controlling but also very intoxicating, and it does turn sexual between them. That's out in the world. That's not a spoiler. But then all this other stuff happens, and there's an incredible cast. Like Chrissy Metz is also in it. It's kind of like it's kind of people have likened it to like a Texan version of almost Big Little Lies, but it's
I love that description.
Yeah, exactly. It's so worth watching. So I won't say anything else because I just said I would do this quickly and then I haven't. So The Hunting Wives on Stan, all episodes are out. You'll almost want to pull it Untamed, just sit down and watch it all in one go because you'll be so kind of caught up in the storyline and the drama. So the other show I wanted to recommend is The Assassin, which all episodes have dropped on Stan tonight, the 25th. And The Assassin is a new kind of crime caper. and it stars Keely Hawes, incredible actress, as a retired assassin, and Freddie Highmore plays her son.
Oh my God, I love that.
So I know you will love it. So Tina Burke, from who sometimes is on the pod, is the entertainment editor at Mamma Mia, watched all the shows so she could interview Keely and Freddie, and she
Wait, she
loved
interviewed
it.
Freddie?
Yeah.
Oh my God, I'm so jealous.
Yeah, so that's coming soon to Mamma Mia. Get excited. They have an estrangement, but then they're kind of brought back together when they're on this like idyllic Greek island, and Julie, who played by Keely Hawes, her very dangerous past catches up with her. So it's both this kind of like crazy crime drama and a story of like this relationship between this mother and son, which is really engaging to watch.
That.
And yeah, I watched the first episode. I was so caught up with it already. So The Assassin on Stan. Make sure you watch it.
We're going very crimey this
yeah,
episode.
I know. We've got some, love and lust and crime, and then mum and son and crime. It's all happening.
Good.
We love crime with a side of
I'm like, mine is like crime and Yosemite.
Yeah. Yours is crime and Sam Neill. The other recommendation I have is a movie that I have just been waiting such a long time for. It's Happy Gilmore 2.
I didn't know they were doing a Happy Gilmore 2.
No, what?
I didn't know
Yes,
this.
you did, Emily. Come on.
No one told me.
We've talked about it on this podcast before.
Have I talked about it?
Yes.
Oh.
I've been talking about it, which this just goes to show you just don't listen to anything I say.
I do when I need to.
No, we talked about our friend Margaret Qualley getting cast in it. And because Jack Antonoff messaged Adam Sandler on the side and was like, Margaret really wants to be in this movie. Travis Kelce's in it. But that's what the guest stars are not that important.
You're already a Nepo baby. You don't need a Nepo husband as well.
I know.
Come on. You'll get the part if you're good, okay?
Okay. Well, your beef with Margaret Qualley is a side part of this. So if you're not across, the original Happy Gilmore movie came out in 1996.
When I was born.
It's well, we got two great things that year. If you will, two masterpieces entered the world. So a great year for the world. So it was one of Adam Sandler's first big breakout movies. He plays a golfer called Happy Gilmore. It's a great sports movie. And so Adam Sandler is reprising that role. Julie Bowen was also in the original. Like people would know her from Modern Family now. She's reprising her role.
And he made his whole production company off the back of that movie.
Yeah. Well, his production company is Happy Madison Productions. Yeah. So it's Happy Gilmore and Billy Madison, two of his most iconic films that came really early in his career. And I'm so excited for this movie. And I know there are naysayers out there that say that Adam Sandler movies aren't good, especially the original ones. And to that I say, you're wrong.
I agree. I
feel like they really hold up.
Obviously, everyone's watched an Adam Sandler movie.
Yeah. And I also feel like Adam Sandler is just an incredible comedian. I think I'm not even joking when I say that. I feel like he's an incredible comedian. He's an incredible storyteller. He plays a lot of the same characters and things, but he's just really evolved that level of his performance to make it perfection in every movie. And also, no one in the industry has a bad word to say about that man. Everyone loves him. He puts his wife and his daughters now in every single movie, so they're in this movie. So to the Happy Gilmore 2 premiere, he drove his family there. He just drove the car.
That's
and
he
parked
the minivan.
He just parks down the road and gets out, walks down to the red carpet, and he's just wearing his sloppy bright colored clothes, his Adam Sandler outfit. Everyone
his board
loves him
shorts
for
and
it.
his jumper.
It's just, and as kids, that was a huge movie that my sisters and brother and I all watched over and over and over again. We used to put the VHS on and pull our mattresses out into the living room so we could all be in front of the aircon because North Queensland, and watch this movie together, and we still quote it all to this day.
That's so cute.
And so I regret not doing this now. I did think about jumping on a plane to Queensland because I've done that before. I did that when the new Gilmore Girls came out. I flew to Queensland to watch it with my family, and maybe I'll get on a plane tonight. I don't know what's going to happen.
Oh my God, get on a plane tonight. I'll drive you to the airport.
Please do.
Yeah.
Because I wanted to watch it with my siblings.
Yeah, of course you do. You should.
Yeah. I just
And I'll watch it alone at home in my apartment.
Maybe you and I will watch it together and I'll recreate that sibling vibe. But I just think it's so nostalgic, so beautiful. Happy Gilmore 2. It's coming out on Netflix on Friday night.
I'm so excited.
I know.
Cancel your plans.
Cancel
this is what we're all doing tonight.
Say, if you watch, you could just watch it as a standalone movie, but I think to get the correct experience, you should watch the original Happy Gilmore first. So do a double feature. Do a back-to-back.
I'm a big fan of this.
And give yourself a little treat. That's
oh my God, I'm so excited. That's exactly what I'm going to do.
Okay, so it's
tonight.
on Netflix. I feel like I didn't say that. It's on Netflix. Okay, now I get to my actual recommendation of the week because this one, there's been a build-up.
Thank God we're on the last one.
Strap in, guys. because after the hype and the build-up and the tears and the high emotions, I have actually now officially seen the Fantastic Four First Steps. So
thank God. It was a long time coming.
So I'm sure as most of you will be across, last week we had the cast of the Fantastic Four First Steps, new Marvel movie, on this very podcast.
Yes.
So Pedro Pascal, Vanessa Kirby, Joseph Quinn and Abin Moss-Backrack while they were in Australia. But obviously and we recapped. Well, I recapped because you weren't invited.
I was not invited.
I'm so sorry. Sometimes I don't have a lot of power.
It was like a fan event.
Yeah.
And you guys were able to watch clips of the movie.
Yeah. So we gave a little behind the scenes of what happened at that fan event. It was very intense. The police were called. And the next day, and we saw some clips of the movie and got to sort of see Pedro and Vanessa and Joseph and Eben and everything at that event. The next day, I went and interviewed them all. Turned into being a crazy emotional day. I won't get into it now, but Pedro and Vanessa cried in my interview, which you can listen to on the episode that we'll link in the show notes. And then, like an idiot, I cried recapping it to Emily on the podcast because it was very emotional.
So I nearly cried. I was not there.
And then it's so funny because all that content came out.
I think I nearly cried when you and Vanessa were reminiscing about your first interview with her, which was also one of her first press junkets, and it was you as a first time being in the entertainment space. It was all first happening.
It was, we shared a moment.
And the fact that she remembered.
That still blows my mind. I can't believe she's like, I remember it exactly. And she didn't want to bring it up when I walked in because she thought I wouldn't remember. And I was like, Vanessa, I remember spending half a day with you. Are you kidding? So that's all out there. After all that, I still hadn't seen the actual movie. So Tuesday night, I went to a place where you and I have both had good and bad memories. I went to the IMAX for the premiere.
Where did you sit in the IMAX?
Oh my God. So for people who don't know, Emily and I once were late to a premiere at the IMAX and it was my fault.
This story reeks of privilege, by the way. Like every time I recount it, I'm like, people, we got free tickets to the IMAX and we were so mad.
It wasn't worth it for the free tickets. The floor of this particular IMAX, which is in Sydney and where a lot of premieres are held, and I think it's important because even if you don't live in Sydney, all your reviews would be coming from the people who are in that theatre. Yes. And I think it's so important to stress that half the people can't see the screen because it's a huge, huge screen. It's like, what is it? It's definitely the biggest screen in Australia, but it's also like the biggest screen of like half the world.
It's a massive screen, but if you're sitting in the first, I want to say 5 rows, just leave.
You can't see
It's not worth it.
You and I watched the Marvels there, which I feel like we did like, but I couldn't tell you what happened because
we were in the movie.
You were in the movie and I had a seizure.
Yeah.
So both of us.
Like my neck has never felt so much pain. And we were in the second row. We weren't even in the first row. We were in the second row. And then if a character walked across the screen, our whole row had to turn their heads to see where they went. It was
you
just
could only see one part of the screen at any time. So you really had to pick which character you wanted to follow. And the rest of the other characters couldn't even tell you what happened. So the next time you and I went to a premiere there, we were the first ones through the door.
Yeah.
And we had to almost do that this time.
And I'm very strict about our IMAX viewings. We have to be there half an hour early to get a seat at the back. Because even if you're in the middle, it's still quite a big
Which is where we were for Fantastic Four because even though we got there early, the Marvel reviewers are not to be trifled with. So I just want you guys to sometimes know what we go through. It's to get you these reviews.
It's a really hard gig.
It's not all free champagne and free popcorn, although there was that there. So the movie.
Yeah.
Okay, I know we have talked about this. Marvel's had a few stumbling blocks since Endgame.
Correct.
And we loved Thunderbolts, but it didn't perform as well
I
as
also loved
expected.
Captain America, which a lot of people didn't.
I didn't love
Brave New World.
Yeah, which was the Anthony Mackie Captain America.
Or maybe I just love Anthony Mackie.
Yeah. I mean, and also that's not just us saying that. A lot of their recent projects have not performed as they thought at the box office and have also had bad reviews from critics and fans and also Marvel have also come out, I should say, and they have acknowledged that they've gone off the path a little bit. They put out too much content, too many stories, and I think it's important to note that what they're saying with Fantastic Four, if you've dropped out of the Marvel Cinematic Universe because you're like, I can't keep up with 10 different TV shows and 10 different movies just to go and watch this movie. The thing about the Fantastic Four is that you don't need to do homework. That's the official line from Marvel. No homework. You go in, we're starting fresh.
I love that.
With this story. So the Fantastic Four is known as Marvel's first family. They're like one of the original family from when these comic books first started. And the story is, I sort of won't go too much into the plot because it's all really in the movie. You don't need to know too much. But they're a group of astronauts and scientists who go into space. An event happens and they come back to space. They come back to Earth with superpowers. So you've got Vanessa Kirby's got the, Sue Storm is like the Invisible Woman, Mr. Fantastic played by Pedro Pascal, the stretching and stuff.
It's a very feminine superpower, being able to stretch.
Yeah, and backflip and stuff. It's very cool. And then like Johnny Storm played by Joseph Quinn, can fly and sort of
Catch on
stuff.
fire.
And then obviously Ben Grimes played by Eben Moss Backrack is the thing and, the one who
Big
has
rock,
the physical transformation, So the story isn't focusing on them getting their powers, even though that is all explained at the beginning, so you can go into this movie with no knowledge. I think they're really stepping away from origin movies. It's like, how many more times can we see a boy get bit by a spider?
And
like,
also we've
it.
had a lot of Fantastic Four movies and they've all done the origin storyline.
Yes, they've all done the origin story in different ways, and this time they were just like, we start with that information. It's explain how they got them, but then we jump into the next part of the story.
I like that.
Yeah, it also, I've got to say, like, visually stunning. It looks incredible. It has its own tone, feel. It's beautiful to look at. Action sequences, great. Pacing of the story, excellent. Like, it's an hour and 55 minutes and it went by in a blink of an eye. There was no point where, sometimes in superhero movies and action movies, they stop and someone explains something for 50 minutes, or there's this big back and forth between these two guys in suits and, and all this sort of stuff. And you're just like, you've pulling me out of the story. The pacing is off. There's all these scenes we don't need. This one is like, every scene is like bang, 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 story, story, story. Nice. And it's also, and you'd see this from the trailers, that Sue and Storm, so Pedro and Vanessa, have a baby, which I'm just saying, I'm fucking terrified of that baby.
Oh my God.
He's all powerful. But anyway, that's a whole thing.
Was it like The Incredibles?
Yeah, it is actually feels like a lot. Like, if you like The Incredibles, you'll like this movie.
Because they also have the same powers as The Incredibles.
Yeah. There's a line there. So yeah, it's at its core, it is a family drama with action sequences.
Yeah.
So it's also not as bouncy and fun as some other Marvel movies. There's definitely some fun moments, but it's, I guess, more dramatic and more intense. It also just feels the whole way through like there's actual proper stakes. Like, the storyline stakes feel very high.
I love that. I feel like that's what Marvel was missing, which is why, and I still haven't watched it, the new Superman DC movie.
Yeah.
I'm glad it's had so many great reviews, because I feel like for the longest time Marvel's just been competing with Marvel, and now finally DC has like come up to the like stadium and is just like making a worthy competitor for Marvel, which is what they needed.
Yeah, I'm sort of holding my breath as I say this because I don't want to jump ahead too much, but blockbusters are really, they're back.
Yeah,
like, I know I said
back.
cinema was back with Superman, but seeing Superman, and as I said on the pod at the time, I love that so much. It also felt like it was just really made. It wasn't lazy storytelling. It was made for the audience, and they knew how high our expectations were. And Fantastic Four: First Steps also feels like that. It's like they're trying to win us back so hard. I appreciate that. I love going into a movie theater and feeling like I'm being wooed.
Oh my God.
Like, it's like they're not just churning it out and being like, we know that you'll just watch this because it's Marvel. So Fantastic Four: First Steps. I know we all got really caught up with the press tour.
I think I'm going to try to watch it in the IMAX.
I think you should. Yeah, obviously just get there early.
I'll go right at the back.
I feel like everyone should try and see it on the big screen if you can. I know movie tickets are expensive, but it really is a very immersive experience. And also, all the cast are great in it, but it is Vanessa Kirby's movie. Holy hell, she's amazing. Like, I honestly give her at least an Oscar nomination. I know they won't, but like, she's acting like she's in a Shakespearean play.
Oh my God.
And they've written the part like that for her. It's not a throwaway part. Also, just watching her, like, the whole thing of like her being a mother and her giving birth in space and like the stakes around it, and also her being like this all-powerful being. I think I feel like a lot of women walked out of that cinema being like, yeah.
Oh, cute.
Like, it's not this throwaway feminism. Like, it felt like it's wrapped through every core of the movie. So anyway, yeah, Fantastic Four: First Steps. It's a great time.
What a good weekend watch. Thank you so much for listening to this, Bill. Bye.
Bye.